Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 44. And I enjoyed this one. Now granted, this is a beefier issue and is $4.99 instead of $3.99, so just to let you know. Now granted, they do pack a whole hell of a lot in here, so you do get some stuff. So we pretty much see that Uatu, Nick Fury, and Sue are pretty much talking about like, yeah, here's the apex of all reality. The Reckoning's made planetfall. They got to figure out kind of what's going on. So Uatu then delves into Mnu's memory since he hasn't shared it with like the collective of the Watchers, and then finds out that like the war wasn't really going that well. So the thing is, the lie was that like all other life took up arms against the Reckoning, but that was a lie. They crafted like the perfect instrument of the war, the ultimate nullifier, and Mnu was the one that used it, resulting in the wiping out of 9/10 of the universe and how it was done. So that's pretty much why the Watchers made their oath, and that they would never again do something like that. We shift over, we see that Silver Surfer is coming with the ultimate nullifier, and that the destruction version of Galactus is like hot on his heels, but we see that the Never Queen, Eternity, and the Griever, as Silver Surfer is pretty much saying the three faces of existence, they're like, tell me how I failed you, what's going on. It's like, listen, the destruction's not going to get there in time. He'll arrive too late, but you could probably get there fast enough. So he decides to like blast on out and get there as fast as possible. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see. Then we see elsewhere, and we see that. Let's see here. Ruin of the Reckoning is put into a trap in thought space by Franklin and Val, which is actually pretty smart. And he's like, yeah, I can think of a lot of stuff. It's like, this is Franklin's kind of playground. He could create stuff with his thoughts, so he's like tailor built for this. So we'll have to see if him being there kind of like affects him in any way to potentially get his powers back. We'll have to see about that. Let's see here. So we get back to the Barrens. She-Hulk is still trying to make sure that Jack stays alive. Reed's pretty much like, yeah, my brain's not melting, it's burning brighter. And the thing is, since I've got all of the Watcher stuff in my head, they didn't know how to build a Forever Gate, so he's using the data that Val sent him to create one to get them out of there. The thing is, it needs to be powered by zero energy, and that would be from Jack, and he would kind of have to stay behind. Reed, of course, is acting kind of... I understand that you have to protect all of existence, but he's being kind of just, like, way too aloof about it. Like, yeah, you're going to have to, like, do this so we can, like, get out of here. And, of course, Ben's like, you're good people, man. He's going to make it count. And then Jack's like, yeah, I guess I'll see you in hell then, Reed. Since he's like, yeah, I'll be dead within the next 10 hours. And She-Hulk's like, I'm not going to leave you. But he blasts her through anyway. He's like, yeah, I suck at saying goodbyes. And it kind of sucks now. Granted, they are at war. They have to, like, stop these the Reckoning from getting to the apex of all the multiverses. And we learned that it's pretty much like Wrath wants to do it to, like, destroy everything, pretty much. And... yeah, you kind of have to stop that kind of thing, but you don't have to be an asshole and a dick about things. So Wrath is like, hey, fuck you guys. Let me just give you a taste of what you gave to us. And flipped a bit of the, let me see, Karen crystal at it. And of course, they're getting blasted with like the radiation. They're like, ah, fuck. So they then start trying to dig down to the Apex, and Doom and the Cormorant are like, eat me, motherfucker. And then start like fighting them. Let's see, the Reckoning's fleet's then just kind of like adrift there. Surfer's able to get there. She-Hulk's pretty much wanting to like get at Reed for the stuff that he's doing. Let's see. Silver Surfer's like, hey, what the fuck's going on here, Reed? And he's like, yeah, not really myself. And he's like, oh, you brought the nullifier. I kind of have everything, so we kind of have to like go and find Uatu and Nick Fury and my wife. And then they see what's kind of going on with the Watchers. It's like, damn, what the fuck's going on here? And that's when they all kind of link up. Sue gets the whole lowdown. Is like, I'm going to be dying. Let's see here. Uatu then, of course, brings Reed up to speed with what he learned, and that Uatu is like, yeah, I presents new information, I'm going to share it with them, even though I'm going to be brought into their pain and everything, but the thing is, I have to interfere on their behalf uh, to, like, let them understand what's been going on, and they start freaking out. It's kind of funny because one person's like, lies! This is a what if! And it's like, no, this is MNews stuff, and it's, like, helping them to understand what's kind of going on, which is a kind of cool kind of thing of like, yes, depending upon what's going on, there's a perspective that you might not know that might give you information that's like, damn, what the fuck have we been doing? You see. Nick then stays back to make sure that Uatu's got backup, so they then pretty much go down and figure out what's going on. We shift over and we see that the Cormorant and Doom are pretty much given a good what for the Reckoning. Let's see. Wrath pretty much throws the brother dude at the Cormorant, who rips him in half, which, that's a pretty nice panel right there. Just like, okay, you don't really need to see all of it. Like, that's a less is more kind of approach, and it works because you're like, god damn. But he then uses that opportunity to pretty much take the Cormorant down. The thing is, he's trying to issue these kind of commands to like make the Cormorant stand down, but then he just like zaps him pretty much. And Doom's like, how the fuck are you doing this? But then of course he kind of gets taken out with his weaponry as well before the Silver Surfer kind of pops up, and she slices that shit in half, and the nullifier is kind of put out. It's like, damn it. And they recognize the nullifier and are like, okay, we gotta stop that from going on. And then Rapture's like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, bends right in front of her, is like, yeah, come on, try and take me out. But then Sue decides to turn her weapons invisible, so that way she doesn't have a way to kind of, like, go for him, and then puts it on a more even kind of playing field with Ben, and tells him that it's clobbering time. And he pretty much gets some good hits in, but then she starts hitting him in his wounded area, so it's like, yeah, it's better when the Fantastic Four are all together for this kind of thing. And they pretty much just get into a pattern of trying to stop Wrath from getting to the apex. And, of course, Reed figures out that the destruction's here. And it's pretty much utilizing the destruction to take down the world, take down the Reckoning, and take down the apex all at once. Which makes sense. But they're like, Then Johnny kind of pops up. And Silver Surfer's pretty much like, you know what? Just leave it be. It'll be alright. But Sue's like, no, hold on. Forget what Silver Surfer said. Just give us time. So they start kind of like fighting. And the Unparalleled are like, how the fuck do these people deal with all this shit all day? Now, granted, I do like the splash page because it really showcases pretty well all of the forces arrayed against the Reckoning. I mean, that Beta Ray Bill and, like, the Nova are really nice, man. That just... And then you got Rocket. You got Johnny down here. They just showcase everything very well, and there's enough detail without being too, like, detail-focused, or not too detailed enough. It's like, that's a blob. It's like, no, that's everybody there. That looks pretty fucking cool. Let's see. And then we did get another kind of cool splash page as we got them trying to stop him, and he's like, I will this moment into being kind of shit, as he's pretty much trying to stop him, like, from stopping him. Cormorant's kind of fucked up. He's gonna, like, immolate himself in the intersection of all things, and his last breath will be as the multiverse burns. It's like, damn, dude, why the fuck do people need to, like, yeah, you got fucked over, okay? You were fucking some other shit up, and there were other better ways to handle it. But, for the love of fuck, why do you have to, like, do that to everybody? Like, fuck off with that shit. And then Sue's kind of fucking with him because she found Rapture's kind of blades. It's like, yeah, I heard you about those blades, man. It's like the best kind of shit you got, so, eat this, motherfucker. And just, like, slashes him well enough to do it. And Reed pretty much is, like, telling her, like, those moments, like, he knows everything, and the thing is, like, it doesn't compare to, like, meeting you, our first kiss, the birth of our children, and everything. That was all that mattered. And then Wrath is like, I don't give a shit. But then Johnny's like, I'm a son, motherfucker. And then just like, he's like, why is he this hot? And Doom's like, yeah, I did that, bitch. And it's just kind of funny. It's just like, Doom just has to get in there like, yeah, Doom, who made this possible. And then Johnny's like, really? Like, you didn't play in this, asshole. And then we just see Rapture pretty much like sticking her hand into like Ben's wound, like, the fuck, man? And then he just like cracks her ass across the room. It's like, that's how you do it. And She-Hulk has pretty much got Wrath in a kind of hit, kind of like a headlock. And then Ben is trying to get the nullifier over there, but Sue kind of stops him. But it's like, listen, I gotta do this. Like, it could take out another 9/10 of the universe, and I'll be dead. But I can do this, and you and our children will be alive, and I'll be gone in a few hours anyway. It kind of sucks as Wrath is trying to get there, but Reed pops up and utilizes the ultimate nullifier, it looks like, as it then fades out. And it's like, ah, shit, we have to see how this will continue. So, we got a lot of kind of cool stuff as it's wrapping up, and I do like how this event has been handled, because even though I've just been reading Fantastic Four by itself, I do feel that I've been given enough information to be like, okay, like, whenever an event kind of happens like this, I do like when it's done in this way, where, like, yeah, I get more value add if I'm reading the Reckoning War and all that, but I don't feel like I'm missing out if I'm just reading the core comic book. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? No, I like that, and this has been really kind of cool, and I can't wait to see how this kind of shakes out and everything, and how this run will kind of be wrapped up. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.